Hi guys, welcome. I'm Jenna and it's Sydney Grace Sunday. This was created by Becca Joe, the makeup tax lady here on YouTube. I'll link all her information down below in the description box. Today we are duping the mini gloom palette from Natasha Denona. Also going to be doing a little twist at the end. We'll talk about it more after I show you swatches. I'm going to go through each one of these, let you know which one they are, swatch them, and then we're going to do this eye look. So let's get started. All right, guys, the first one is this beautiful brown shade, and it is Cortado. And they're all these shades are from Sydney Grace, I forgot to mention. I used this today, and I'm just obsessed with this brown. It's beautiful. It's like such a beautiful neutral. I'm just on the peak of cool tone, but it just, oh, it's so beautiful. The next one is Green Mist. And I know it's hard to see. Let me turn my lights down. Maybe that will help. Yeah, it's still hard to see. I know it looks white, but it just has a little hint of green in there. Very, very pretty. Unfortunately, this one does not have a name on it. I'm just so sad. I'm going to go online through my purchases and maybe it'll tell me what shade it is. If I can find it, I will definitely put it up on the screen for you guys. The shade is Keep It Fun. And this one is Blondie. And those are the shades. Now for my twist that I'm doing, because in the last dupe that I did, it was just like the shimmers are beautiful. They're metallic, they're shiny, but sometimes I just want just a little bit more, just a little bit of shimmer, sparkle, glimmer. So what I'm doing today is adding a little extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and do the eye look with just the Sydney Grace shadows. I'm going to go off, do my mascara, finish my makeup. I'm going to come back and show you guys what it looks like. And then we are going to come in and we're going to tap into these two. But let me tell you what they are. They're both from Unearthly, and this one is from the Sorceress Smoke palette, and it is Sorceress. I wonder, I'm going to try, should just try it right here. I'll just try it right here. As you can see, they're very, very similar. This one's just a tad bit lighter. It just has a lot of sparkle in it. And then this one is from the Gargoyle palette, and it is Eerie Echoes. And you can see it's pretty similar to this one. It just has a bit more pigment to it and some sparkles in there. All right, guys, let's get started on the eye look. I want to start out by saying, you guys, I've been having problems with like lifting on my makeup, and I think I might have found the culprit. I think it might be these eye shields because it's just like right in that spot. So today I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. We'll see how well I'm at multitasking. What I'm thinking is I think I'm going to start off with this brown, and I'm thinking I might use this on the lower lash line, but I'm not quite sure yet. But I'm going to start off, of course, with the Sydney Grace EO3, and we're going to start into this brown. And I'm going to attempt to use the shield to kind of catch anything. I'm hoping. That was the one thing I noticed when I was duping this. I did not see any shade names on the palette. So I'm like really excited for next week's Sydney Grace Sunday. I am going to start on the first Sunday of every month. If people like it and watch it, I would like to start doing a themed BYOP palette, which I'm really excited for because I've never done like one of my own color story on the channel before. Done a ton of dupes, but never one of my own color story. So that is going to be next week, and I am pretty excited about it. Wow, I really like that. One shade. Got a nice deep outer corner and a very pretty transition. All right, I'm going to go with the Dose of Colors brush and into the same shade. And I'm just going to try to deepen it up a little bit out here. And I'll be using that darker green towards here on the outer corner, so that will give me a little bit more color. It feels so strange just doing one shade and going into shimmers. But I'm going to go into this green. And I'm just going to tap that over here. You know, it'd be so cool, I think, on the outer corner is chameleon. I bet that would look so cool with the brown. That's the brown and the blue kind of reminds me of it a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna go a little swatch. All right, in the tiny marbles, it's scarab, and in the singles, do they still have scarab? I'm sure they do. But yeah, look how pretty that would be with that brown. Oh, that looks so pretty. All right, I'm gonna go to the pencil brush and I'm gonna go into this shade. I wish they had names. I couldn't find any on the website, so I don't know if there are names in the palette and I just couldn't find it. Wow. All right, now we're gonna go into this shade and I may get a brush and spray it. I'm trying to grab enough on my finger. All right, I'll move back over there. Just because I am curious, I am gonna use a brush to, this is a Real Techniques base shadow brush. Now let's see what she can do. Oh boy, there it is. Wow, that really did have the shine. And then I'm going to blend it over because I want mostly this shade to shine. So pretty. All right, now I'm trying to decide whether I should bring this shade in. I don't know. I just don't really feel like it goes that great with this color story. Huh. I guess we're going to try it. Why not? I'm going to go to the smudger brush into the brown first. All right, I'm going to go with the Rephr 02 into the green shade. I don't know. Maybe that green shade in their palette is different than the shade that I picked up. I just don't really feel like it goes with this shade here, but all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the pencil brush and I'm going to spray it. And I want to bring it down here on top of the green. Oh, okay. Now I like it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I really like that now. Wow. That's pretty. Okay. That surprised me. So what look that I would do is I would go in with this, like maybe like starting here and bring it all the way in, and then I would go in with this one and from the inner corner just take it like all the way across. I think that would look so cool. It'd be like just this shade in the inner and the beginning, and then it would go up over that to become like that. I think that would look so pretty. I like that. All right, I feel like the Whispering Woods, the palette would go in so well with this look. So I'm going to start out with, I forgot to put bronzer. I forgot to put bronzer on. Should we just skip bronzer today? Yeah, let's just skip it today. Nah, let's just use a little bit. But I'm just going to keep it, I'm just going to keep it back here though. So I'm just so curious on my makeup if it's going to lift. So I'm going to use the same brushes as I have been and see if it lifts. All right, clean the brush off, and now I'm going to go into Cedar Rose. All right, guys, I'm going to go finish up, and then I'm going to come back, and we are going to try out these two shades and see if it makes a difference and see what it looks like. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, it's the final look. All right, as for this color story, when I saw it online, it really grabbed my attention and I was like really vibing with it. Now I'm just not too sure. I'm just not too sure about these two colors here. Again, maybe I didn't pick the right shades, but really tried to go by the swatches. So, I like it. Don't get me wrong. Just not quite feeling these two shades right here. But if you guys picked up the mini Gloom palette, let me know if like these are more similar on your palettes or how you're liking it, because I'm very curious. All right, guys, and now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to, do I want to use both of them? I'm definitely going to use this one. So we're going to start with this one first. We're going to add a little bit of more shimmer. Uh-oh, now I wish I had my shields. All right, let's try just holding it there. It doesn't have the sticky part on it. Very interesting. I don't know. They are so similar that I'm just wondering if I went in with a little bit. I'm going to try it. I'm going to go back in with the brush and I'm going to spray it. I'm just so curious. Yeah, they look almost exactly the same, but I will say this one just has a bit more sparkle, but those are very, very close. All right, can we throw this green in somewhere? You know what, we're gonna, let me see if it's too dark for the inner corner. You know, I'm gonna try just a little bit in the inner corner, see how that looks. Okay, yeah, so you know, that's making me more happy. Yeah. And do we want to bring it down on the lower lash line? I think I am. I'm gonna spray it and just see how it looks. I will say this one, it has more green in it than the Sydney Grace shadow. Yeah, I would definitely say that I would say the green really amped it up, and I think it's just because it has more green in it. But this one, it was so close. It just has a little bit more sparkle in it. So I mean, even if you just go in with that one, and if you wanted a bit more sparkle, you could just go in with like a highlighter. If you have something like this, which is just kind of, it like gives like that diamond effect to it, which is, I'm assuming, what like the Fenty highlighter is. Let's see if I can get a swatch on here. Mine's falling apart. But yeah, see, it just has that beautiful sparkle to it, which I love to use on the eyes. Not so much the face for me, but unless I'm like really playing around with music. It's been a long day. If I'm really playing around with makeup. But yeah. All right, and this is what it looks like with the amped up version. All right, guys, let me tell you what I finished off with. I'm going to be talking about the eyeliners in a second, but I just wanted to, like, this green and this blue, it just like I like contrast, but it just doesn't go with it for me for some reason. At least my version. Because when I was going in for eyeliners, I was just like, what am I going to use? So I ended up using I went in with Cursed lip liner for the outer corner again. I really like that. And for the rest of the lower lash line, I went in with Killer Liner from Too Faced, and this is the shade Killer Camo. All right, for lip liner, I went in with XOXO from Dose of Colors, blending it out with BFF from ColourPop. Then I went in with Ginger Blonde from Lorac, and then topped it with Moss from Unearthly. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Very excited for next week's Sydney Grace Sunday. I hope to see you there. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.